It's a new week in the Crew Motorfest, and this week's theme is called BMW Legacy, and this is my Summit Guide. Let's go. All right, starting with the vehicles this week, the Summit bundle is going to cost you $485,000, and you're going to get this BMW 1200 GS Adventure and the brand new M Hybrid V8 number 15. There's one additional vehicle that I recommend, and it's the BMW M3 CS. That's going to be for a couple of different races. One for race, I think one for a feat. All right, let's take a look at the rewards real quick. You got 100,000 XP, 100 prestige tickets, and a BMW i8 Roadster Stellar Edition for gold, and the Bavarian Nitro, which is pretty cool. I actually like that Nitro a little bit. All right, the first event is with the Z4 M40i. This one is pretty simple. There's a couple of cuts, but mostly this one's about getting your gutters correctly. If you need a guide on how to take gutters, you definitely can follow the guide that I have linked in the description of the video. Obviously, that one's not that great, but the guide helps you learn how to do it. All right, let's move forward to the cuts. All right, the first thing here is about 50%. I would recommend going off-road here just before the turn and then cutting across like this just to get a better line. Avoid the rock wall on the inside, on the right side. All right, here at 71%. You're going to follow this around and then jump down the mountain here. And make sure you're pointing your car to the right and slow down just before you jump back on the road because you want to make sure you stay on the road here. Then just follow it around. And that's actually it. Let's move on. All right, the next one is with the M8. And this one's pretty simple as well. There's not a lot of cuts. This first corner here, right at the end of this, you're going to cut this. You try to cut it as close to the flag as possible. You do it in about 4th gear. Cut through here to the left of the flag and then get going. On the second lap, you're going to go straight towards that flag. Here, let me go fast forward to it real quick. All right, here on the second lap, you're going full speed. You're going to go straight towards it, cut across the grass, and reset when you get to it. If you don't know how to reset, it's just turn off your rewind feature in your difficulty settings. So that's what you're going to do on this turn. But let me go back to the first lap. So there's nothing going on basically in this race. Everything here is just normal. You want to take the gutter where you can. This one here, I've been drifting this, and it feels like it works out pretty good. Even with the wall tap, it's not bad at all. I've been using a lot of dirt on these corners as well, because you have to slow down for them anyway, and this car gets really unstable. So there, and then I drop into it there as well to slow down for this corner. Then I'm using NOS through this one. That's kind of it. Everything else is just kind of gutter turns, man. And that one cut at the that first corner. Let's move on. All right, the next race is the one that I recommend using, the M3 CS. For this one, it's pretty simple. There's not a lot going on in this race either in terms of shortcuts. This one here, you can take the gutter. You want to get into this fence, and that'll get you in the gutter there for that turn. Anyway, there's really not a lot going on. There's not a lot of cuts except for right here after this bridge. At about 13, you can slow down, take the playground, and that's basically the only cut, I think. Let me just fast forward to make sure. Nothing here, nothing here. Nope, nothing here. This is all just staying on the road, managing NOS. And if you have a slipstream partner, it'll probably help out a lot on this particular race. Yep, this is all road. No cuts here, no cuts here. All the way down to this one here. I actually drifted this. I don't know if this is actually faster, but it worked out pretty well, I thought. It seemed pretty good. After that, it's staying on the road. Staying on the road here, on the road here. I believe it's here. Yep. All the way through the tunnel. And down the hill. Got to take the gutters here. I missed a couple of them. And basically, you're home free. Once you get down this hill, yep, this is the finish line. That's it. There's really no cuts. So let's move on. All right, this next event is the off-road one with the lone Z4. There's a lot going into this one. I did a lot of like little things to try to keep my speed up. So let's talk about it as we go through this race. On this first part, you're not going to use any NOS in the air. You got a lot of speed going downhill. You're all right. But just, you know, get it into 5th in the air. After this bridge, you're going to cut to the left a little. And you're going to go straight towards the checkpoint and then sort of turn it back. Because you need to get, you know, to the right side and down this hill. Now, on this jump, it's important that you do one thing because otherwise it's going to turn your car like crazy. On the jump, you need to go straight with the jump. Make sure your car is straight with the jump as you take off. Otherwise, it'll turn your car sideways, and you don't want that. Make sure you're using NOS in the air every chance you get. Let's see if there's any tricky... There's a couple of tricky lines here. So on this one, Okay, right after this turn, I go through this tent a little bit. So we go here, and then right after the checkpoint, I go right, and we go around in this tent. Just a little tiny cut. Probably doesn't save that much time, but it'll save you something. I stay, hug the inside there. When I get to the edge of this turn here, it's kind of a tough turn, so I just drift it, and I just keep drifting, keep drifting, keep drifting, try to stay inside. And then when you get to this one, you're going to extend outside. So I drift and then go outside. Keep going outside. Don't worry about where the road goes. Just go outside and avoid the big trees, and then work your way back to this checkpoint. It's much faster than trying to make that really tight turn. Again, keep your car straight on the jump. If you're not straight, it's going to throw you all wonky. And NOS in the air, obviously. On this left-hander here, you're going to stay inside and drift it really hard. Drift, 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 because it's going to go across this little ravine here. And then you're going to start to go back right. Again, try to keep yourself straight on this jump. If you're at an angle at all, this car is going to go sideways. That's it. Let's move on. All right, up next is the Street 1 bike. This is garbage. This race sucks. It's slow, but you got to have Nitro Chemist. If you don't have Nitro Chemist on this, you are leaving points on the table. Get your Nitro Chemist for Street parts. You can have Nitro Chemist for Street 2 or Street 1, but you got to have Nitro Chemist for Street. If you don't, you're really missing out. The biggest tip I can give you here is to make sure you shift into 6th as you're NOSing out of these corners. Shift to 6th early and use a lot of NOS. It's going to get you up to speed a little bit faster. There's really no cuts in this race. This right here is the closest thing to a cut. I kind of go wide and then I cut it back in. It's not really a cut. So there's not really any cuts in this race at all. Just NOS in 6th. It helps you with your acceleration. All right, let's move on. All right, finally on the 6th race, we have the M Hybrid, the brand new car. Let's take a look at where the cuts are here. I don't think there's any real cuts. Let me see. So we go left here. Yep, no problem there. No cuts there. No cuts there. We're just chilling, going across the road. Again, no cuts here. Guttering up the hill. No cuts there. Yeah, I don't think there's any cuts in this race. Even across here, I don't see any there. Down the hill. Now, I mean, I guess you could maybe cut this hill here. If you cut it like real hard on the inside, you don't have to take the road. But to be honest with you, the racing cars have so much grip and so much braking power that it's kind of nice to be able to just go around that and accelerate instead of going across the dirt with a racing car. I wouldn't cut it. And straight down here. That's it. That's it. No cuts, man. Keep it on the road. Use your NOS properly and you're good. All right, next up, let's talk about the escape. I do recommend using the pause glitch to get your NOS up. Use all your NOS going into it here in 7, and then pause, unpause, and you get a full tank of NOS back. Now be careful here. You got to hit this gutter, and then avoid. There's a brick wall here on the right side. Avoid that, just like that. Don't hit it like that. So let me see here. You want to go through here, miss that brick wall because it's going to slow you down a lot, and then you're just going to continue on straight, man. The route is straight through these literally straight. It's like you just follow the road around and then it takes you onto the highway. This road literally takes you straight onto the highway. You can see it on the mini map. Straight onto the highway and go as far as you can on the highway, and that is it. All right, the long jump is pretty simple. You just need to have this part set on it. This is a score breaker set of parts for long jumps. Score breaker works. You get double the points. So you really don't even have to jump that far and you're going to get a full score. I'll show you exactly what happened with mine. I did not even back up. I just started the car and started going. And I was able to, I used the pause glitch again to get a full tank. And then in the air, I was using it as well. So we're using it here and we use the pause again. I think I used the pause again here. And I was able to keep using NOS. I probably could have got a farther distance, but it didn't matter. I got a full score. So let's move on. All right. Finally, we have the speed trap. Now, the speed trap, you're going to go up to the hill on the right side of the speed trap. And you guessed it, you're going to be going down the hill. So here's what's happening. You're going to try to make it through these trees. This is the final path. Let me get through here. This is where you want to go. Right here. There's a big tree. See this big tree on the left? And see the angle on the mini map? Here, let me pause it. Wait. Right there. There's a big tree here. You've got a clearing here. Look on the mini map, the angle that I'm going at this speed trap. This is where you want to go. We'll play it for you. So it looks like this. And that's it. You want to get through the speed trap in the air, not on the ground. That was a 146. You can do it a lot faster. People are breaking 300 miles an hour on this. There are a couple of people that have dragsters. The dragster people are crazy. First of all, for trying to drive it off road on that hill is insane. I don't know how they select the dragster either. It's a glitch, so hopefully they get that fixed or wipe the scores or something. All right, here are my final scores. If you have any questions about this, just send me a DM on Instagram or Discord. I read every single message that comes my way. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.